To today's exciting programme about and about around the northwest coast of Scotland, and today I'm interviewing ace kayaker extraordinaire and part-time Rastafari called Giles Boardman. Hello, Ross.
Hello, Mike. Poor Mike's shoulder is not doing well.
Oh, right, okay then. Yeah, that's it. No.
In here. Are you happy? The size of these muscles. You know, it's about force 8 probably. It was blowing a gale and we had to get our heads down and get into it. So it was okay going into it. Going with it was quite hard to steer. Good sturdy boat this, well repaired. You can see the nice keel strip which was put on by us. And it's holding out.
Far away. Oh yeah, I see.
See you later.
Ross, what are you eating?
Kumquat.
Is it nice and sweet?
Pretty sweet.
Very sweet.
That's right, actually.
Is it very sweet and very bitter? Let's have a look at it before you eat it all.
It's
Wonderful.
It's sweet and bitter.
Is it?
Watch. See, without without even cringing.
Yeah, and hold on, put your head up and we'll just have a look at the beard.
We're chinny.
Can you see the beard?
Zoom in on it. You got your telephoto.
Your hair's on his chinny chido.
Because Mike knows how to grow a beard.
Only a bit.
Okay, Mike. I'm here with Mike again. Mike Smith, is it?
Mike Smith.
Who's on this 600-mile journey around Scotland by sea kayak. Just take us back, Mike, to an earlier day, perhaps the day you paddled around the Point of Store, maybe.
Okay, well, it's. I'd like to just point out to the viewers at home that it actually isn't 600 miles around Scotland. It's more like 1,800 miles around Scotland, and we're just doing a portion of it. So, but anyway, the Stour Day,
Apologies.
the Stour Day started off at a beautiful campsite at Clachtol, where a really nice campsite manager, toilet cleaner, let us on for free and gave us hot showers, endless hot showers, and even came down to push us off from the beach, which was very kind. Rolled his trousers up and pushed us off. And good going was made round to the point at the Point of Stour, where a large gentleman clad in red coat was stood atop the mountain filming two beetles down below. And the going at this point was quite calm. The
Point of Store then. Did conditions change?
We were rounding the Point of Stour when suddenly an almighty gale hit us from the south, I believe, and we had to go teeth into it. And we weren't making any progress, but it was flat calm around there because the wind was coming in the right direction off the coast. It was an offshore wind.
Sounds horrible.
So well, it was okay, but you had to really grit into the gusts. Anyway, we eventually got onto the beach, a stony beach, made a landing there, and had a hurried cup of tepid hot water and a Mars bar to keep us going. And I'll just take up the question. So Ross, could you tell me what happened after the Mars bar and the tepid cup of hot water, please?
Well, during the Mars bar and a tepid cup of hot water, we had a wee squint at our map, which we always carry with us so we can see where we're going and where we've been.
Yeah.
And we could see that there was a coastline which we could hide behind. Tower, probably is the right word, behind, and get a bit of shelter from the wind and hopefully get round to where we'd arranged to meet the big old man. Not the old man of Store, we'd already been past that, but the man clad in red who probably drove round past where we were before we were there.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, and then the journey continued and it was quite pleasant. There was a few caves we went into.
That was a lovely cave, wasn't there? What was that lovely cave with two exits into it, and we went into it and tried to light it up but didn't succeed.
That was a cave, yes. With two beady eyes at the back.
That was it. It was a great cave. It was one that monsters lurked in, so we didn't hang around too much. And then we pressed on around where we saw two GPO men in the distance. And what did they have to say about you, Ross?
They were surprised to see us out there because Father Giles had spoken to them after we'd passed, and they were surprised to see us out there, but we managed to paddle into the wind in that bay, and then the wind was behind us and we whizzed along, although it was quite hard. It's like the paddles taken out your hand sometimes, and
Veritably weaked along, was it?
veritably weaked.
And I think then you arrived. Oh no, then we went to Monk Some Islands and we
Yes.
found seals playing and otters playing and
Yeah,
diving.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
In fact, we also, taking us back just a little bit, we saw a small man of store, possibly a young man of
Oh,
store.
young man of store, yeah.
Opposite the old man of store on the other side of the peninsula,
Yeah.
which wasn't on the map. Although smaller, was still impressive.
And then we came in for hot drinks and good times.
Yes.
And that's all we have time for this week in this exciting episode. So we look forward to joining our readers round the Cape next week. Au revoir.
Goodbye.
Was that goodbye or goodbye?
That was the end, because a minute ago I said goodbye and it cut off on the bye. Well, the end of the day, all I said was goo, so now I said goodbye.
What are you doing sat in a car park in Tarbert at a time in the afternoon, no waves, when you could be out kayaking if you're this ace kayaker?
Well, Mike, it all began this morning at a place called Balcal Bay, where we set off from. And the wind was in a southwesterly direction. And
Which direction southwest from here, please? Rough.
southwest is approximately straight behind me-ish.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly. And we got here quite well, and the support team was waiting with Giles. And we set off, we got kitted up, and Father Giles climbed the hill on my left here and set up the camera to film our exit.
on exiting, between two rocky promontories, the swell increased somewhat, I believe.
It did, as you can see behind us. The sea looks quite calm, except for perhaps a few splashes in the distance on the far island, which incidentally is Hander Island, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, that well-known bird reserve.
Yes. It's the new verse today, though. Anyway, we set off quite well, and we could see we were being filmed, and it was all quite nice until we got between the rocks, and the swell picked up, didn't it, Mike?
The swell indeed picked up. There was mountains out there. It wasn't like canoeing on the water. It was like canoeing over houses. You went over one roof, down into the street, and up the next house. It was incredible. You know, over mountains, frothy white mountains. And so about 30 minutes into the journey, we checked our progress, and we weren't actually going too far. So we had to make that agonising decision.
Was it a difficult decision to make?
It was a terrifying decision to make because it involved turning round on the top of a house, which wasn't the best thing because you might slip off the roof.
Was it a flat-roofed house?
No, it was a very steep pitched roof house.
They're cheeky, aren't they?
A cheeky little number. And
So did the madness stop there?
no, the madness increased from there actually because we turned around to come in with the waves and the wind. And they crept up on you, these houses. They crept up on you and leapt behind you, submerging your canoe, entailing a high brace support stroke for most of the way back.
Demonstrate a high brace support. Thank you.
Which was nicely done. He was right in front of me, and it kept him
Upright-ish.
ish. Yes.
Rather drowned, but upright-ish.
And also occasionally there were waves behind us.
All the time there's waves behind us, there's waves coming across us, reflecting off the rocks.
There was one particular wave which I accidentally caught, and I thought I was going to land on Mike's boat, but luckily due to my expert steering.
I think the quote that I heard today, during the day, which most exemplified what it was like out there, was a Yorkshireman who passed by saying, "Hey, it's a bloody good way to kill yourself, lad, what you doing?"
Certainly.
But anyway, we're back here, we're happy days, we're in the van, with the man.
Outside the van, in the
Outside
rain,
the
while
van,
he
in the
sits
rain,
in the
while he's
van.
sitting
Look at him in
comfy,
there,
look at him in
comfy.
And so we're going to prepare our tea. steaks, I believe it is again for tea tonight. We're doing very well. I'm going to carry on this journey because I get more steaks here than I do at home. So,
But all our clothes are a bit wet.
well, Ross's clothes are a bit wet. Mine are in a wet dry bag. Hopefully mine is still a bit dry. Okay, so here we are in Durness on a windy day, and we're here because we didn't go round the Cape yesterday, which is a bit disappointing, which is very disappointing really, because that's what we came to do, or one of the main things that we came to do was go around the Cape. But on a trip like this, I guess you've got to keep going somehow. You've got to just try and keep going, keep it on target. It's not, you haven't got the flexibility of coming for a weekend and changing where you want to go, you know, to suit the weather conditions. So it was either sit it out at Old Shawmore for 4 or 5 days while this passes over, or get a lift round and carry on. So we took that route to keep it going, you know, keep it on track. And looking out there today, then I think we've made the right decision. You know, there's no way we're going to go around the Cape on a day like this, and we may even not be able to go from here today. So we might have to sit it out anyway, to camp here and see what happens with this weather for a few days. But I'm more prepared to do that now, really. I think I'm more happy to sit it out. Yeah, and I think that's it, really. So it's pretty disappointing, but it's, you know, we can come back. The Cape will always be there, so we can come back.
Ross, why are you winding this tape on here?
They're crap.
What's crap?
The poles break. Because they're rubbish.
They're made of aluminium.
They're good poles, it's just that they've had lots of use recently. The other night, or the other morning, when taking the tent down, it went cupping.
Cupping.
Then now follows a commercial. My name's Ross Boardman and I'm joined today by Birdie the Boot. Tell me about yourself, Birdie.
Hi everybody, my name's Birdie the Boot and I'm owned by a guy called Mike Smith. I'm Mike Smith's right foot boot, in fact. I am a talking boot.
Where'd you come from, Birdie?
Well, I'm a trespass boot and I come from the Bridge Mill Direct Shop in Nairn.
Say it again.
The Bridge Mill Direct Shop in Nairn.
Are you an old boot, Birdie?
Not very much on the contrary, Ross. I'm a youngster. I'm only 4 months old, boot.
4 months old, boot?
4 months old and I've learned to talk already. Don't you want a boot like this?
Where can I get one from?
Just get yourself down to Bridge Mill Direct Nairn and you'll see the talking boot show down there. Well, they don't talk when you get them from the shop, but as soon as you put them on your feet, then they start talking soon after.
That's a trespass boot from Bridge Mill
Direct
Nairn.